I am Alex Caboose, and today I have a gameplay footage from my F2 Saber match I just had maybe about 40 minutes ago. I absolutely love this plane, it's great. Just a heads up though, I'm currently using Windows Movie Maker, so it's a bit hard for me to make out specific fine details until I get a better editing program. I love this plane, as I said though, and I think most people just don't use it properly. I think it's absolutely fantastic and historical. Now, one of the things you just noticed when I took off was that I started off slightly to the right of the airfield, and so what you saw me do there was I kind of moved my rudder, put it over to the left, angled the plane, and applied some, some angles of elevation on the right elevator in order to maintain my balance. Didn't want to have the torque rip my wings off on the airfield. I've seen a lot of people do that, and it's just one of those things that really sucks, crashing on takeoff and historical, and you don't want that. So the Saber's optimal climb rate is about 10 degrees, but that's across a broad spectrum. How I prefer to climb in the Saber is I do what I call step climbing, which you will see here in a moment. Now I use miles an hour. You can convert this into kilometers per hour if you so choose, and I know most people tend to use that in this game, but I wait till I hit about 400 miles an hour, and I will then pull into a 30-degree climb and kind of hold that until you're around 15,000 to 16,000 feet. It really depends on the starting altitude of the plane and how fast you're going at the time. But 30-degree climb, and then I kind of wait until my speed reaches around 180-ish in miles an hour, and here you see me pulling into that climb right now. And I'm just going to sit here, and I'm going to let my plane go up. Now the MiG-15 has a vastly superior climb rate, but this kind of helps the Saber out a little bit by doing it this way. And fortunately, Operation Korea is a very large map, and I'm climbing towards the far left side of it, up the left edge. And what you're going to see me do here is just keep on climbing until my speed drops. I just hit 10,000 feet, and it's still going up. Now, another thing I'm doing is I'm checking the location of my plane, my teammates, trying to see if I see any black dots this early in the match. This makes it just a fantastic climb rate, and you can see them from quite far away if you have a good computer like I do. So my speed just passed the 200 mark, and I'm still climbing up a little bit. I've hit 14,000 feet. I'm going to try and make it to 15,000, I think, and then level the plane out. So here I just hit 15,000 feet, the speed's around 150 miles an hour, and I level the plane. Now at this point in time, I'll set my climb rate to about 5 to 10 degrees, and kind of let my speed go back up, get my energy back, and make sure I have enough to either climb again, or dive on someone, or do whatever it is I end up needing to do. Now, one of the things you'll end up seeing me do here, again, is checking the location of my teammates constantly, making sure I maintain good situational awareness in the battlefield. You don't want to be surprised by a MiG at any point in time. They're very deadly aircraft, very dangerous in the hands of a skilled pilot, and you don't want to be jumped. So here I am, looking around, trying to make sure I don't see anyone, or do see someone, see what's up around me, and watch. Now that F86F-2 up ahead of me, he's the only other F86F-2 on this team. The rest of our team is 3 F-86, if I'm mistaken, of bots. As it turned out, we were actually fighting through MiG-15s and 2 MiG-9s, but at this point in time, I had no idea what I was up against. I do end up getting 3 kills in this match, 1 MiG-9 and 2 MiG-15s, so it was quite a good game for me. Now, as you'll see up ahead, this F86F was a bit lower than me. He climbed a little less, so he was going much faster than me. So he's going to hit the edge of the map, and he's going to kind of do an Immelman back towards me. And when I see that, I'm going to start turning towards him as well, pulling the Immelman and kind of head back. Just don't want to go out of bounds and lose all the speed and have to, not half, but what always seems like a very large amount of altitude from running under the border of the game. Don't want to really do that here. Not in a good position to do it. No reason to. So right now I'm just checking the scoreboard, just seeing what's going on, who's there, and checking some kind of thing I had with the frame rate that was going on. I noticed, but that's all right. So here you will see that the MiG-9 or F86F rather ahead of me. He's gonna do this Immelman right about now. There he goes, and I'm gonna see that. Then I'm going to go, okay, he's at the border, I must be close, let's go back. Now he's actually 6 miles out, but if he's turning around and didn't see anybody up around there in that area, then there's really no reason for me to head all the way up there either. So here I go, I'm going to do a nice gentle Immelman. Actually it wasn't really very nice, but it worked. A bit wobbly, as you can see right here. And we start heading back this way. Now right about this point, we are going to see some MiG-9s attacking ground targets. And we know that our ground targets are located at the A point. So we're going to head back to A, and we're going to go investigate. Meanwhile, we're also going to keep our altitude, try and climb throughout the time, and make sure we don't get surprised by any MiG-15s. We don't know where they're at yet. We don't know what else this team is comprised of. However, I always assume that there's always MiG-15s in the other team, and that's what we're always going to be up against. You never want to be surprised in a situation like that. So, you can see MiG-9's attacking bots, MiG-9's attacking ground targets. Okay, they're at A. The bots are at A. Let's go over there, let's see what's going on. So, we're going to head back that way. Right about now. Meanwhile, the whole time, still checking my my surroundings, checking my skies, checking my ground, checking my six, all that stuff. And making sure that there's no one on me, no one around me, can't see any black dots. I don't want to be jumped by a MiG-15. I'm actually in a quite vulnerable position just due to my speed right now. And I want to maintain any advantage I have, and chiefly at the moment, that's my altitude. The higher I am, the more potential energy I have stored up. Now, the Sabre isn't really a climbing aircraft in that sense against MiG-15s. The MiG-15 is always going to outclimb you, so you just have to know how to play it well. That's sort of why I do like to get my energy outside and away from the main battlefield, and then kind of head back into it when I feel like I've got a good amount of potential energy saved up. I think I'm roughly at 27,000 feet right now, and that's pretty good. Another nice thing about this altitude is that the fuel, you only get minimum load 20 minutes, which is what I use in the Sabre, but at this altitude, around 15,000 feet and above, the Sabre does guzzle fuel a whole lot slower. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's due to the mixture of air up here, the composition of it, or if it's due to the fact that I'm just going very slow. I'm really not sure, but whatever the case is, it's nice. It'll give me extra fuel. Maybe I'll manage to squeeze out 30 minutes or so, 35 minutes of fuel in this match. Now, an F80 on our team decided he was going to go attack that bot I just passed. That's fine. I do not really need to go chase him. You know, I've only got 420 rounds, and my cannon, while extremely effective, runs out of ammo quickly. It is one of the best cannons, hands down, in this game. The 20s in this thing are insane, and they sound beautiful too. But again, he's got way more ammo, and I'm a better aircraft. I don't need to be going after bots in this. I need to go after players. So here I go. Approaching A. Still don't see anything. Chicken store surroundings still. Haven't seen anything yet. The only thing I know for certain is that there's 2 MiG-9s in that area. Now, an important thing to do in games like this, and I don't know if I actually do it quite up here, but I know I certainly do it later in the match, is mark your targets for your team. One of the ways you can do that is by hitting T equals on an enemy. That's the current way in patch 1.35. I know that'll be changed in patch 1.37. However, you want to mark your targets. You can see him killing artillery there, and it will say attacking. Someone attack that target. Something along those lines, and that will just keep them lit up for just a couple extra seconds longer. Make sure your team can spot them for you, or with them. And here I go, check out my cockpit. I think I was checking temperature here, not really sure why. This plane doesn't really overheat, not in my knowledge, but I'm cruising at about 82% throttle right now. Just trying to conserve a little bit extra fuel. There's really no reason to burn it because we don't see them yet, and I know that where they are, roughly the vicinity anyway. So anyway, here we go. You see me dive down. We get a little bit lower. If I'm not mistaken, I spotted a bot. While I dive, because I can root my wings off quite easily in the Sabre, I deploy my air brakes. I don't want to lose too much altitude too fast. I want to have enough time to react and change. So this will help me slow down my dive a bit while diving. I didn't actually cut my throttle here. I just kept it at 100, and you see me redeploy retract my air brakes rather to gain some speed. Now at this point I see another MiG-9. I'm gonna pop out the air brakes. The Sabre at high speeds, roughly 500 miles an hour and above, can't really take 13 Gs very well. It might take it for a second or so, and it'll rip the wings off. So one of the most effective ways to turn in the Sabre is either to turn with your air brakes and slow down, or to pull into a vertical dive, or like a vertical pull and kind of do an Immelman with it. And that will actually bleed a lot of speed very fast and help you not make sure you don't hit the critical 15 G mark. Now here you go, you see me deploying air brakes quickly and retracting, just making sure that my speed doesn't hit around 700 miles an hour where I can rip the wings off. And he's actually going to come back around here. I'm going to slowly turn, deploy the air brakes, and shoot him head on. And I actually do crit him right here. It's a very nice shot. I thought I wish I'd killed him. Boom, okay, he's hit. I'm going to keep turning slowly around, and this F80 that's attacking him right now is going to chase after him. Now at this point in my time, I'm thinking, man, I really hope he doesn't actually kill this thing and just crit him. I deserve that kill. And while he actually does set him on fire, he does not crit him. And there you can see him set on fire right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow him in. The fire went out quickly. I was very fortunate in that regard. Jets tend to burn out fast. And follow him in, make sure that guy doesn't swoop in and steal the kill, and boom, I got it, I earned it, deserved it, happy. Now at this point in time, all of a sudden, dun dun dun, you got 3 MiG-15s approaching, fast and high. And this is kind of the situation I really didn't want to be in, was low and unaware, and luckily I caught them a little bit out, but that F80 wasn't so fortunate. Now I didn't actually go back and help him, because as you can see, he's about to die in roughly another second or so, and I knew there was absolutely nothing I could do. Okay, he's dead right now. That's 3 MiG-15s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target them, mark them right there, tell them someone attack them so that they can see that there's at least one over there, and head and rush back right towards my team. One of the things you should always be doing is using your teammates to your advantage if you can. So I say, okay, you guys are all in that group over there, I'm going to pull them towards you. And that'll kind of help divide their attention a little bit and also get them, attacked as well. And this will give me some time to run away, do what I need to do, come back and pick a suitable target again. So I use the Saber's superior speed at altitude in a dive, or low altitude and in a dive and in level flight, to quickly run away from them. I think I'm going around 560 miles an hour right now. A bit hard to see. And I'm just going to run away. And here you can see me go into one of those vertical climbs. Bleed off speed very quickly. Make sure I don't hit the 12, 13G mark. And flip the aircraft to an Immelman, and here I go back around. So at this point I see now I'm going to make 15 is attacking my teammate right there, so I'm going to actually go after him. Try and support my teammate. Make sure you always do that, it's historical. Never want to leave the guy abandoned. Unless there's absolutely no other way to save him without losing your own plane. And I noticed that this guy over to the right is sitting right for me, so I'm actually going to hop off that guy right there, and here we go, head on with him. And if I'm not mistaken, I hit him, but I actually didn't kill him, just sparks. Hate the hit detection, he should have died right there, he got very lucky. But we'll get him later on. At this point, I think I actually hit 14, 15 Gs right there. I'm not actually sure how I survived that, but I was freaking out right now. And I was afraid I was going to lose my way. So here you see a guy up ahead. Gonna try and loop up to him. But I do believe he gets away after here. I don't want to fire or hold the trigger down too much. The Saber doesn't have enough ammunition to really maintain that. But loop around him, get the kill. Always be patient. Take your shots, ammo carefully, and you will get away with them. So at this point, I've got 2 of my 3 kills, and I believe our team has maybe 2 targets left at this point. Now, I have one on me right now, and I'm just trying to avoid him, trying to get away. Really, one of the things you don't want to be doing in jets is dogfighting, and as you can see with that guy right there, wasn't really paying attention, he was flying slow. It was extremely easy to kill him. He wasn't performing very well, and so I'm just going to drag this guy way out here, get a clear speed advantage on him, and then come pull him back towards our teammates. So right now I'm going around 500, 600 miles an hour, 642 I think. Can't quite read it, but going very fast. And checking my position, making sure I know I'm heading right for the edge of the map. And he's about 1.5 miles back or so. And I'm just going to keep dragging him out, and he's going to keep chasing me. And I'm fine with that. Because frankly, if he stops chasing me, I can turn around and go after him. If he doesn't stop chasing me, I'll drag him out of the border like I do here, head back towards my teammate, drag him that way, and get him when it's an opportune moment. Now, as I said, there's only 2 targets left, and I think we have 3. Now, that MiG-15 way out in the distance just got critical, but he didn't actually die. He will be dying in a moment, though, and then it will be 3-on-1. So I quickly dive again, try and get my speed back from running out of the border, as you know, you lose speed there. I'm just going to head right back in, and boom, there he is, roughly the same distance away. Perfect. So he's now going to come chase after me. That F2 Saber out there just got the kill on that other MiG-15, and it's now a 3-on-1. Now again, as I said earlier in this video, you want to spot your targets. So I'm going to tell them to engage them in a second, right about there, and say, go get them. This will keep them spotted for them, help them mark them, and allow me to either get away and survive, or come back, look around, and attack it myself. So you can see, here I go. I'm just deploy my air brakes here, get a nice roll going. Just had to slow it down just enough to make sure I could turn without ripping the wings off. Pull the aircraft, and there we go. He actually did a nice maneuver there, got really quite away from me, but I'm going to manage to get right back on him. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the other F2 Sabre in this match is going to rip his wings off any second. And it'll just be me and the F80 versus him. That's quite fine, I'm quite keen of handling the MiG-15 by myself. But it does activity that other Sabre pilot. That's why you always got to watch your G's in this plane. The F80 can take far more G's than the Sabre, same with the F9F. Or, yeah, the F9F5. You can't. You need to be careful with it. Your wings are paper thin.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
As you can see right there. Oh, as I said, he just ripped his wings off in that turn. Very, very poor for him. And I actually took some pot shots right there. Missed them, but that's okay. I haven't really fired my cannon too much this game, so I know I've got plenty of rounds left. Now, what I'm going to do here is he's going to try and run away, but he's seeable almost. And unfortunately for him, in level flight and in dives, the Sabre will run the MiG-15. So as I'm in an intercept and pursuant roll right now, I'm just going to go and chase him down. Get real close, use my speed to my advantage. Now he has a vastly superior climb rate, and he knows it. Meanwhile, I'm catching up to him and going quite significantly faster than he is. So he's going to do really the only thing he has available in his arsenal, which is to pull up and try and climb away. And that all actually almost worked. I did start to lose speed towards the end of this climb that he's about to go into, but kind of knew I had to take a shot, knew I had to do something or I'd lose him forever, and took it when I need to and came out successful. So here we go. Here's his climb. I'm just going to follow him right up. Nice, gentle. Don't want to pull up too hard myself too quickly. There's really no reason to. I want to maintain as much energy as I possibly can. Now I'm roughly 0.6, 0.5 miles away, and he's starting to stall out, it looks like. Take a couple pot shots. That one hit, so I know, okay, gonna aim there, and there he goes. Beautiful game. Excellent. Well played. Fantastic. So that's it. F2 Sabre. Great American aircraft. Top tier jet. Love it. Quite a little bit difficult to master at first, but once you get the hang of it, oh, it's so much fun to fly. I highly recommend the thing. Just again, make sure you master it, and yeah, check back for more videos. I'm going to be trying to do some more of these quite often. There's some really good games, and I just like to record them. I've recorded actually quite a bunch, just haven't narrated them, so hopefully this will be the first one of that. Now let's take a look at my XP for this game. I do not have a talisman for this aircraft, but hopefully you all like it. So, second place in the team, the other F2 got first with 3 kills as well. And I believe he also had an assist. 80,000, 88,000 XP, something like that, and number 2 on the team. I'll take that. Take it easy, guys, and